Alright, we did it. Alright. What's going on? Hello, hello. Here is welcome to my office. It's a temporary office for now. I don't even know what I'm doing with this intro. Alright. What is going on? How's everyone doing? For those who don't know me, my name is Ken Redgrave. I'm your Devil Hunter VTuber. Well, PNG tuber for now. You know, finances and all. Gotta pay the bills for the office. Good to see everyone. Hope everyone is having a good, cool day. It's so damn hot. Please welcome in, welcome in. Today's gonna be like a 1 or 2 hour stream. I'm gonna be talking about my Offkai experience. But first, you may be wondering, who's this handsome looking guy here? Well, I figured that I might have to do an intro, so last night I had to hurry and get stuff ready in my pizza boxes that I have laying around in the office. But yeah, this is just, like I said, this is a rental office. I might have to upgrade to a better office at some point. But anyways, where's all that pizza boxes here? Is this, no, that's not the right one. Here it is. There we go. Alright. Hello, hello. Alright, there we go. So, I wrote a bunch of stuff on a bunch of pizza boxes I had all over the office. Again, sorry if I keep repeating things, it's a habit that I'm trying to fix. So, again, now you may be wondering who this handsome person is. My name is Ken Redgrave. Living here in Redgrave City, I believe. There's a bunch of demons around here, so you gotta be careful out there. My pronouns are he, them, and like I said, I am a Devil Hunter VTuber. And sexuality, I am actually demisexual. Yeah, but, you know, romance can be a little iffy subject for me, so. But, you know what? I'm more focused on the job. I'm more married to my work. My age, well, yeah, age isn't really that important when you're hiring me, right? Besides, it's all about the work. We don't really need to get too much into the details. Let's see. And my birthday is August 26th. Little known fact, it's actually the same birthday as Ningguang from Genshin Impact. But yeah, that's my birthday. I actually share it with a friend who's off in a different city, away from all these demons. Just don't mind the bullet holes, just don't like talking about my age, that's all. And I'm actually a tall guy, 5'10". If you think that's short because you're interested in 6-foot people, then sorry, not my problem. Alright. Done with that one. So there's that box. Where's I have like a bunch of boxes here. Let's see. I'm doing a little introduction here. So I'm just winging this as I go, like I usually do. Okay, is it this one? Oh, that's not it either. I have so many pizza boxes. Sorry, my office is a big mess here. Oh, here we go. Alright, now to tell you about my likes. So, I like pizza, obviously. That's why I have pizza boxes laying around the office. Hot fudge sundaes. I really love hot fudge sundaes. I wish I could be a strawberry sundae guy, but you know what? Hot fudge sundaes, they hit the spot more. But typically, I don't mind any sort of ice cream. It's a hot summer day, and summer's pretty rough. So stay cool, everyone. Be sure to drink some water and keep yourself hydrated. Drinks, I usually like Black Tiger or brown sugar milk tea boba. That's my favorite kind of boba, actually. Whenever I go to a boba shop, I always go for either Black Tiger or brown sugar. If they don't have those, I just pick whichever's the next best, really. What else do I like? I like listening to music. Currently we got this background music Nice, smooth, a little jazzy. We're playing the tropical remix of Devil Trigger. So there's that. I like listening to a lot of music. I like to listen to J-pop, K-pop usually, but there's still some songs that are like very smooth to the ears, you know? So there's that. I also like to play Minecraft, sort of. Specifically Mob Talker. Before I took on this business, I used to, well, I still do. I write Mob Talker scripts. So there's that. I haven't played Minecraft in like a long time, but hopefully one of these days I'll get around to Minecraft. And, you know, on my spare time, I watch YouTube videos in between gigs. I get bored around the office now and then, so I watch YouTube videos like they're my crap TV. And like I said, I do demon hunting. It's not necessarily a like, it's a gig, you know, but someone's got to do it, you know. Gotta get rid of those feisty demons. And yeah, I like VTubers. And this goes into my Offkai experience, but we'll get around to that. And I also like to rock those parties. I'm typically not a party person, but you know, it's always fun when you go with friends, and if you go with friends, you know how to rock the parties. As long as it's a good vibe as well. As long as the parties have good vibes. And I also like to make friends, so you know, making friends is somewhat easy for me. You know, just gotta break out of my shell. Wouldn't be cool otherwise. But yeah, I like to make friends. Hopefully I get to make more friends along the way of my journey, and I know this is late, but yeah, I finally got a working PNG tuber. Thank you to Ingyosa for that, for making this render that I made. Or not that I made, but for commissioning to create this render that I'm talking through right now. He was the one I commissioned on Fiverr, but hopefully I could get a working VTuber model one of these days. But that'll be somewhere in the future if I keep this going. You know, gotta pay the bills and make sure the toilets are flushing and all. And as usual, I love the Devil May Cry series. You know, it's cool, it's action-packed, got some stylish in there, and you know, there's some hope to it, but you know, it's the fun hope. There's the funny stuff in there. Anyways, that's the end of that box. What else? I have like 3 more boxes somewhere. Where is it? Let's see. Okay, I think this is it. Alright, and now time to talk about my dislikes. Fruit. I'm typically very picky, but I'm trying to be better about that. Like, I like green apples. I used to like bananas when I was a kid, but there's some weird thing where like my body gets oddly, like somewhat physically ill. Like when I was a kid, you know, I used to eat bananas on the regular, and then as I got older, for some reason, I'm a picky bastard. All right. So I was very picky as a kid, and then as I got older, I started to be a little better. And yeah, like I said, I used to eat bananas on the regular when I was a kid, and now as I grew into an adult, for some weird reason, I get somewhat physically ill just eating at least half or 1 full banana. I don't know, something's weird with my body, but like I said, I'm trying to be better and trying to be less picky with what I eat, and that includes fruits and vegetables as well. Heights, ironic as it is, I'm somewhat afraid of heights, but I'm also trying to get better at that. If it's like amusement park rides, I'm usually good on that, and it's funny because it's something that I missed out on, and then I'm getting back into it again, and I really enjoyed it. But heights, when it's like really tall buildings, or like, you know, those glass floors that you see in like those touristy areas, or if you're just like really high up, like say 3rd story or more, and you're like right at the railing, even though there's a railing right there, just looking down on it, just gives me a little creeps. Right? Sends a little chill down my spine. There's also sour foods. I really don't like sour foods. Believe me, like sour candy, sour food. I hate sour. I'm more of a sweet and savory kind of guy. Hence, my likes for hot fudge sundaes and ice cream. I got a really bad sweet tooth. Dislikes, I don't really like to be rushed. Come on, who likes to be rushed? Alright? If I'm being rushed, then it's just a little bit of pressure. I don't mind the pressure, but when it's just like you're being rushed, I tend to forget some things. Like, oh, I have to hurry and get out of the office. And then, like, 20 minutes down the line, I realize, oh shit, I forgot my wallet. So yeah, being rushed, not really my kind of thing, but, you know, I just like to take my time and, like, plan things out, alright? You gotta have a plan when you're doing something, because if you're being rushed, or it's because of your lack of preparation, then, your day's not gonna go well. And I don't like having my days, you know, not going well because of my lack of preparation. Fake people, oh boy, I have seen many people in my life just being fake, and I have experience through it. It's a sad story, but yeah, it's not really my forte. I really can't stand it anymore. That's why I've been distancing myself. You know, just have a good time overall. All right, don't let the fake people ruin your day just because they're being, you know, assholes who just like to talk rumors behind your back or just say negative things about you. Do you really want that in your life? No. Come on. You're better than that. You deserve better than that. So, doing what makes you happy and have a hell of a party. And that also leads into dickheads. Oh boy, I've seen many dickheads in my life. They're more stubborn than fucking demons, believe me. There we go. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties, but rest assured I have paid my electricity bills and my internet bills. So, don't mind that. Anyways, where was I? Oh yes, the dickheads. Just whether you're in person or you're on the internet, just browsing through and watching the VTubers, just use your common sense. Don't be a giant dickhead, all right? No one likes a downer just ruining the parties, all right? All right? We're here to have a fun time, not a bad time, all right? We're all here just to have a good time, you know. You gotta have the good vibes too, all right? Otherwise, you might as well just get out of the party, all right? We don't need people like those. And hot weather. I'm personally not a big fan of the hot weather. It's summer and I really hate it. I can't stand the heat. I'm more of a cold person. Like my favorite season, I like fall, really. It's a good in-between, you know? It's not too hot and it's not too cold. I just like it like that. I would have preferred winter, but some days it can be like too cold for me. I can't handle spring. You know, spring is a beautiful season, but you know, some years I don't like the allergies. And yeah. So we're down hobbies. Before I usually done a lot of cosplay. I've been through both ends. And I'm still going through it to this day. Just, you know, dressing up, cosplaying. Hopefully I can make my own cosplays. You know, there's like the detective character that I want to cosplay from the upcoming new game, Super Palace. That's a lot of fun. I mean, it looks gorgeous. But yeah, hopefully if I have the time, I'll make my own cosplays again. But if not, it is what it is. I also like to play video games. I mean, I've always been playing video games since I was a kid. And still going through to this day. Script writing, like I said, I've done script writing for Mob Talker. I even took classes, funny enough. But again, this is all before I took the whole demon hunting business. Content creating, I've done a lot of content for so many years. Late 2008, that's actually when I had my first start to this whole YouTube thing. And then I expanded, I tried to expand my horizons, you know, get myself out there, really. And then, here I am, starting my soft boots slash mini debut as a PNG tuber. And yeah, talking on the stream, you know, it's good to have people to talk with. Otherwise, I look like an insane maniac. No, I'm kidding. It's always good to have people to talk to, or just if I want to get myself out there, you know. Can't really have a party without people to talk to. And singing and dancing, I've done a lot of dancing over the years. It's being close to 15 years, not exactly. I've done it for like 12, 13 years, I would say. Somewhere around there. But yeah, I've done dancing more. My friend got me into dancing, and then I've been doing it more and more. Doing lots of performances around my local area. You know, just show off my moves, and then sometime later, I got into singing. I really love to sing. You know, going to karaoke's as well, but also I try my best to do performances. If my singing is not the best, I apologize. I also been, you know, singing my off time just to practice. I'm trying to think of one that I could practice right now, actually. Well, recently I've been listening to Sonic Frontier, so there's that. Maybe I could sing a verse from that. Let me just some water. Again, if my singing is not the best, I apologize. Will the whole world know your name when we dance with destiny? I've been there and I've seen it. I'm never gonna stop believing. You'll find your flame. Now here we go, it's the end of the show. Hear them, they're calling your name. 'Cause in the end, it's you and your friends. You'll find your flame. So yeah, I've been trying to do my singing. I'm hoping to improve on that. I also sing. I don't just sing like video game covers, but I also sing Japanese and Korean songs. Everyone knows the Japanese song Baka Mitai. That's one of them that popped into my head. Dame da ne, dame yo, dame nanu yo. Anta ga suki de suki sugite, dore dake tsuyoi yo sake demo yugamanai. Omoide ga baka mitai. I could sing Baka Mitai for like forever. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to improve my singing. Sorry if I keep repeating again. And I also do photography. It's actually somewhat recent. I've done photography for a little over 4 years actually, and my recent one was actually at Offkai Expo. I was staff, and I took pictures for the con, but yeah, it was a lot of hard work, so many hours put into it, but then again, I always come into the con early and leave a little later, maybe more than usual. I'm dropping frames again. I restarted my PC too. If that's really gonna affect the stream, I'm gonna be so sad. Yeah. I'll talk more about my photography experience later. So there's that. I got like a couple more boxes, I think. Where is my box? There. Is this it? No, that's the other one. What the hell is it? Okay, here we go. I think this is it. Well, some content. Oh, I put that in the wrong box. I was in a hurry. I had something and I put it in the wrong box. But anyways, I'll get to that. The content you're gonna see. I actually have a whole list of games that I want to go through. Something like Devil May Cry and Resident Evil. I have a whole list of games that I want to go through. Monster Hunter, Uncharted. You know, there's some games that I have played, but I do want to replay them. Why am I still dropping frames? Please don't let it affect the stream. That I want to go through. Something like Devil May Cry and Resident Evil. Okay, just making sure that my stream's okay. Should lower the background music a little bit just so you can hear me, but I can also turn up my mic a little bit as well. There we go. So yeah, there's so many games, and including gacha games. Yeah, like I play a lot of gacha games on a daily basis. I've been playing a lot. I played Genshin, Honkai Impact 3rd, and Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, and Wuthering Waves currently. Mostly you do dailies, but I do want to get around to getting back into the story and all that. And also Nikkei. I've always wanted to play Nikkei because some of my friends have been talking about Nikkei. They've been suggesting it. There's also one cosplay I want to do in Nikkei. And recently, I had a chance to talk to a certain VTuber, and she's a big Nikkei buff. So there's that. So definitely, hopefully, somewhere down in the future, I will finally start on Nikkei. There might also be some karaoke, slash, you know, anything with music, really. So karaoke, where I sing, whether it's a cover or performances, but you also see some of my friends doing their own like dance covers slash performances as well on my channel. Mostly on my channel. You're not gonna see it on Twitch. And maybe the possibility of doing podcasts slash talk shows. We'll see if I do make enough friends and if I get myself out there, you know, somewhere along the way. So there's that. I put a little thing that was meant for the next box, but it's actually a goal thing. One of my goals. I'm keeping it small and realistic for now. I'm not gonna go crazy, but yeah, I'm keeping it realistic with my goals. I'm not gonna go all out with my dreams until I garner a certain amount of audience and get myself out there, you know, and eventually when I do make a VTuber model. So I'm just keeping things realistic for now. One of my small goals is to reach Twitch affiliates. I should have enough followers, and I should be able to stream enough days if I put my mind to it. But yeah, I just need yeah, that's just a small thing that I want to do, is to reach Twitch affiliate. And then we'll go from there. And that's that. We got one more box. One more box I do want to show before I move on. My actual goals. So, like I said, making as many friends as possible. Yeah, build a community and making more VTuber friends along the way. That would be awesome. Improve my singing. My singing is typically not that great, even though you just heard me sing earlier, but there's always room for improvement, you know? You know, gotta be more open-minded and actually, you know, make some improvements along the way, you know? So definitely improving my singing would be one of them, and I would also like to improve my Japanese and Korean. They're very rudimentary right now, but it would be nice to actually learn more, you know, expand towards the audience. But I've been learning on my off time, and I'll try to do my best. And most importantly, the last three things, just making you laugh, making you happy, and having a great time, and one hell of a party. Because otherwise, what kind of party would it be if I'm just a downer all the time? And that's all my boxes. So, now you know me. Now you know me. Like I said, my name is Ken Redgrave. Don't wear it off, because you'll see me more and more often, hopefully. So yeah, that's me, and I'm here to talk about my Offkai experiences. And I will show some of the goodies I have. Here's my mouse pad. I also like Hyperdimension Neptunia as well. If you see, like, many of my goodies, or any stuff I own, does have Hyperdimension Neptunia stuff in it. So, are we finally back? Don't you just hate it when that happens? You know, when your internet craps out and it ruins the whole fun of the stream. It really does. But you know what? I'm not gonna let that down. Let's move on. So I'm pretty sure not a lot of people know, but I actually staffed at Offkai Expo this year. It was actually my first Offkai, and I actually had a great time. So I showcase that I actually am. Here's my Offkai little happy. Oh, Offkai Expo Gen 4. Trying my best to show it in this tiny ass space I have. There it is, Gen 4, and I was staff. I was actually on the photography video crew. Mostly me prioritizing photos. I still need to get around to getting to that backlog and sending it off to the PVC. But yeah, this is the happy I got that came with being staff. I had a lot of fun overall just being staff. Like I said, it's a lot of hard work because I've been running all over con, just going around to where I was needed and taking photos. And there was also spending my off time, you know, in between the breaks I had between where I was needed, to just go to meet and greets and talk to a lot of VTubers. I've met so many VTubers. It's crazy. But yeah, there's one of the happies that I got. Let's see if I could find more. I had it all organized, and then now I have to make it a mess again just because I'm showing off my Offkai experience. There's a little PP headband that I found that was like right by the trash. I was like, you know what? One man's trash is another man's treasure, so I decided to get this one just for funsies. I don't really know much. Even going into Offkai Expo, I didn't really know much of the VTubers. But there's been like fun experiences. Let me see if I could find some ones. Oh, there's this. Okay, so this is not necessarily the V cards. I just got an empty box that someone left behind. I was like, and again, like I said, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. As you can see, like it's already been opened and stuff. There's like all these nice, cool prints here. But again, like I said, I didn't buy a box. I didn't get a VTuber card set. It's just like, this is basically where I put all my Offkai goodies, really. So let's open that up. Trying to remember what I put in. There's a bit, someone's card here. This is Golden Pax VT. I also grabbed random cards from whoever gives it to me, and whatever I get from the table, because you know people leave their business cards all over the table. And if it doesn't get picked up, well then I'm sorry to the cleaner that has to clean all that up. And I got myself this little towel slash hanky, I guess. This was in the industry hall where you get to play a crane game. And then you win one of these like design little tallies. So I did that once. Never went back for the other sets because I was busy. I prioritized my time. Aside from the shifts I had, I prioritized my time just talking to VTubers. So there was that. I also got some stickers as well. This was from from a couple of the VTubers that I met. Yeah, this is the Aka Virtual Aqua Virtual Group. The ones I met were Vieira and Dolly. So shout outs to Vieira Vanilla and Dolly Dopper for giving me these stickers. It was nice meeting you two. I know you probably won't see this, but yeah, it was nice meeting you two, and it was nice talking to you two. Thank you for the little goodies and for the little jokes. I guess it might have been those two. I'm pretty sure it was like, if we don't hand out the goodies, then they're fired or something like that. There was this one that I found. It's from Covercore. Yeah, this one I found. I was just like, yep, you know what, mine now. And then the Offkai Offkai lanyards. This is for the general attendees. This is not mine. I actually have one that's meant for staff, but this was given on the last day, and you know, staff gets priority on free goodies. So I got that. There's this little, and I thought these were pretty cool too. Whoever left these on the table, I'm guessing this I person. A little floppy disk. It's funny how floppy disks are being brought back now just for this, but you know, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure there might be something in here, but haven't really, none of us really have the technology to look through a floppy disk. But I'm pretty sure there might be something in here, who knows. And a little cassette tape, pretty old-fashioned, but you know what, I like it, you know. I grew up in the 90s, so I don't mind the nostalgia. I don't personally use tape cassettes myself, but it's nice to have a little collection here. How did I open this? I opened this before. There we go. And there's that, and it's an actual cassette tape, both sides, so that you can listen to whatever's basically on the tape. There's music here. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. There's that. But yeah, I like the whole retrofitting. So pretty cool. Pretty cool design that you got there. Yeah, put those to the side. I'm gonna have to clean all this up eventually. The sticker, I'm not sure if attendees get it, but the staff got it. I hope the camera focuses. There we go. Yeah, but yeah, that's the sticker of the mascot that I got. Oh yeah, a little sticker I got from Hydrated Waifu. She's actually streaming right now. So, hi Hydra! Thank you for the little sticker and the little goodies. I also have more of the Hydra stuff. Yeah. And then there was also these. I even asked for the context about this, because, you know, I don't usually tune into VTubers, so I had to ask, like, I was like, what's the context of this? 'Cause, you know, people are freaks. But you know what? We shouldn't kink shame. Please focus. I'm having a hard time trying to get this thing in focus. There we go. The Gripper Grok, not for human consumption. Well, I'm pretty sure there are some people out there who like to drink some of those Gripper Groks. So, it's also the same one. Camera isn't being nice to me today. Yeah, my camera decided to be an asshole, but it said the one true elixir. Oh, now it focuses. Thanks. This damn thing. All right. But yeah, thank you, Hydra. Thank you, Hydra, for the goodies. It was nice to meet you. I'll talk more about my little experience about you after that. It's all good. Got a little sticker from someone. Give me this. This is Telux Art. Shout out to Telux Art. Thank you for the sticker. And then, oh yeah, these are some of the pictures, or I forgot what these called, but you know, some of the pictures I got with some of the VTubers. There's like I know this one's Kira Lily, and then there's also I couldn't see the name properly, but it looked like Cyberpunk, and I couldn't scan the QR code because my phone is being an ass. But yeah, you got nice little photos, and some more cards that I've gotten from the table. The chubby, purple, transgendered Big Sister Batgirl. This was Avenil. Yeah, shout out to Avenil. Kira P. I actually met Kira during Offkai at one of the booths. He handed me this card. I think they're also streaming right now, or she's also streaming right now. Laika and Hiyori Mokami. Shoutouts to you all. Oh yeah, and here's another big picture that I got from Hydra. Some nice art. Yeah, thank you for the goodies, Hydra. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you. And then, oh boy, this Offkai coin that I got. I also got Offkai coin as staff. And when they handed it to me, I was a little bit surprised. It was like, whoa. Because I didn't expect it to be heavy. I thought it would be like, you know, like plastic, you know, the cheap shit. But then it was handed to me like this, and it was like, whoa, whoa, there's like some weight to this. Holy crap. Yeah. Nice little Offkai Expo coin. There you go. Where online friends meet. Well, I met a lot of people. During Offkai. And I made like a couple friends, I would say. There was one that I missed. Funny how it has this. Sic Parvis Magna. That's an Uncharted quote, but it's also Latin for greatness from small beginnings. So nice little touch right there. I appreciate that. Sic Parvis Magna. That's awesome, actually. And I also gave the golden card, the Offkai Expo Gen 4 golden card, which has the mascot on it. Yeah, I like it. I like the gold stuff that they give. Why is my camera not being nice to me? Damn it. Also not used to how the setup is on the camera, so sorry. I'm more used to like having the camera upside down and just like showing it off from there. But yeah, that's the little gold card that I got. A small little goodie bag from Koryoja. It was actually nice talking to them briefly and tuning into their stream. There's the card with a little kek emoji right there. Thank you, Corey, for that. It was also nice to meet you as well. This one, these ones I found like just taped up to the wall of like somewhere in the con. I was just like, is this for the taking? And, you know, I was just like, screw it, I took it. So this was actually from Koli Maria. I should probably give you a follow sometime. But yeah, I love the art as well. And then I'm pretty sure I think attendees do get it. But I was also given a card set as well. It's obviously just a small stack. I didn't get it from like every single VTuber. So there's the mascot, the right honorable, the former deputy head of Grand Council Lady Samantha Joel, Offkai MC, Offkai Face, Burlington, the 14th, patent pending. So I got one of the mascots, and then I actually got two of Akiko Otaku. One of them was in the pack. The other one was just one that I found on the floor. I was just like, you know, I'll take that. There was also Lysander, mascot pet. But yeah, I got Akiko, Nadine Nikure, alias Sanano, or alias Sanano, and the same card. And there's that, and someone gave me this one. So, and it's a Cottontail V card. And someone also gave it to me in a little sleeve pack. And here's my experience actually, because like I had a shift that happened right before Cottontail's meet and greet. As soon as I finished getting the photos I need, I ran over to the vendor's hall, and I went to the meet and greet, only realizing I went to the wrong line because she was actually there like in person, and as soon as I got to the line, it was already capped. So I'm pretty sure it was already capped by the time like I finished my shift and tried to run back to the vendor's hall. So unfortunately, I did not get to meet Cottontail, and I didn't see her roaming around the con. But yeah, even if I did, it would have been a nice experience to talk to her. But obviously, I wasn't gonna like harass her or like stop her like in the middle of shopping. But you know what, it is what it is. I did get to see her like, you know, greeting fans at the booth. But I'm pretty sure there'll be a time where maybe I'll actually meet Cotton. Who knows? One of these days. But yeah, I even played around with it too because, you know, I like Kamen Rider. A little known fact. I got into Kamen Rider Decade. That was actually the first full series I watched, and I just played around with it like, just like, you know, just holding the card, going and just act like I put it through my belt. That's what I do when I get these cards. It's like I play around like I'm Kamen Rider Decade and just acting, you know, henshin. And there's also the other badges. These are not mine. These are blank ones that I got from freebies as staff. If I could get it out, holy crap. Oh yeah, there's the weekend badge. Again, these are blank, so it wouldn't be valid anyway since these were gone on the last day. So there's the weekend badge. There's the one-day badge. There's the vendor badge, and there's the industry badge. Surprisingly, I didn't see any press badges, but you know. And what's really cool is that, you know, you have your badge, you're hanging around on your lanyard. You hang around your lanyard, and you know, you get a lot of people where it's like, hey, where's the place? Where's the place? Guess what? Right behind your badge, baby. There's a little map. There's the whole convention. There's the top floor and the lower level. I was mostly on the top floor, so. And, you know, you could scan the QR code for getting the full map and everything. So, yeah, there's the artist vendor hall that I went to for most of the con. There's the panels I went to for my shift. The industry exhibit hall, I went there every now and then. The main stage, you know, the concert was amazing, but I'll get to that. Security, con ops, community stage, been there. The maid cafe. There's the meet and greets. The meet and greets. Oh, you know what? This is the meet and greets for some of the other VTubers that you have to pay tickets for, like Amelie, Porcelain Maid. Who else was there? Michi Mochivi. I didn't pay for the tickets. But yeah, there was plenty of others. Project Melody. There were so many VTubers that had the meet and greets that were like downstairs, like inside the con. I didn't meet those for obvious reasons. Well, financial reasons. Registration, security check, the atrium, where they have like a bunch of standees, tabletops, the yabai market, which is basically, you know, the not safe for work art, gaming and arcade, and panel 4/karaoke. You know, I would like karaoke, but you know, it wasn't really my thing. You know, small crowds going to karaoke, and I really don't know how long the wait list is. But yeah, all these cards or all these badges, you know, just for the sake of convenience, boom, map right there. So yeah, that's my little goodie box. I have more. It's just all the small stuff I put in this box, and then I think everything else is in my beer box that my friend gave me. So let me clean this up really quick. How's everyone doing? Everyone having a good day? Why am I still dropping frames? It's fine. I'm cleaning up shit anyways. Fuck's sake. Need to get like better internet or some shit. Alright, I'm back. Cool. No worries, you didn't miss much. I'm just cleaning up anyways, so. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put out like my own VOD. I'm going to put out my own VOD of me trying to like piece this all together. I hope everything's saved. Let me actually see. I don't think it's recording. Damn. Let me check my YouTube really quick. Because I know I have all the live stuff, but I don't know. It's being really finicky. If anything, I might have to just, I'll probably put together a recording. Yeah, there's a little bit of my goodies, like I said. Just trying to clean everything up right now. Yeah, how's everyone doing? How was your Offkai? I want to hear your Offkai experience. Was it fun? There was a lot of smelly people. A lot of VTubers were mentioning, like, smelly people, and then I didn't find out until later that Offkai is notoriously known for smelly people. I'm like, really? You can afford a con, but you can't shower? It's like, come on, man. We're here to have fun. We're not here to deal with your stink. So, please shower. If you go to cons or whatever events you go to, please shower, for fuck's sakes. Alright, people don't want to have a bad experience just because you didn't shower for like 5 fucking days or a week. Alright. Come on. Don't ruin the party because you're stank. I don't know why people don't shower. Like, okay, maybe there are some situations where maybe someone can't shower, but like, really? But you have to come to a con, like, stinging like shit? They're not gonna tell you in your face. Like, if you stink, people will know. Like, there are signs that there are signs there. So there's that. Everything else is in my bigger box right here. Gonna get that out. Okay, so this is not from Offkai. My friend gave me this thing as like a little gift. But yeah, I already ate all the snacks, so I just use it as like storage. So let me see if I could open this up because some of my other Offkai Expo stuff is in there. Or Japan crate. Well, you know what I mean. Yes, here it is. There's the last remaining few, I believe. Yep, here it is. So this is the last few that I got. Here's my badge. It's stuck on the box. Yeah, there's my badge. I was staff. There's Ken Redgrave. I also went by CPU Black Soul because that's my main channel. But hopefully I could be more serious with my VTuber stuff, but I'll get to that. And there's all these ribbons I got. There's like a few attendees that have really long ones. There's this one from my friend Kadoka Project, or Kadoka VT, Boba Bay. And then a couple that I got from my friends, the Casual Brain Rot, and Sushi being fed through a hole in the wall, also known as Sushi Glory Hole. That's a little inside joke with our friend group. PVC, because I was part of the PVC group, and then everything else I just got randomly through like friends and stuff. These look heavy. Can I hold? This is from Bumblebee Pudding. You know, the giant knockers. Certified fat ass and fatter smile. Thank you, thank you, Kira, for the little ribbon. You just got yeened. And let's see what else. Man, I love blue women soup. This one's small to read. Let's see if I can bring that up. Please call me a good boy. Please call me a good boy. Please, I'll bark. Woof woof arf arf. Oh, who is that from? Oh yeah, this is the same problem. Oh, this is golden packs. Okay, I figured I thought it would be a problem because like the text is like so tiny and like compressed together that it would be hard to read. What else is there? Keep it, kayfabe, VTubers Wrestling, Narissa. I just got that from the standee before it got destroyed. Banana Bread Enthusiast, and then this, these four where I got from one of the guys from Our Culture, because I visited that booth like so often, just meeting all the VTubers and stuff. I was like, can I have some of it? Can I have some of it? And he was like, well, you're staff, so you get the ribbons. I was like, and then mentally I was like, no, please don't give this to me because I'm staff. Like, I don't like having the whole like staff privilege thing. It's not like, oh, you're staff, that means you get to go to the front of the line and of the meet and greet. It's like, no, I'd rather fucking wait. Please put me in the fucking back. Like, just because I'm staff doesn't mean I get special privileges. Thank you for the ribbons, but please don't give it to me just because I'm staff and I get special privileges. But anyways, where'd your missing Lego go? Shrimpy, Shy Lily. The guy who also worked at the agriculture had a Shy Lily cut out with a voice box, so that was and whenever I go off I would just laugh because it was funny. There's that near Automata, someone gave me the Hootie Pie. The sticker was being weird when I first put it on. I was like, damn, like the sticker is really in there. And then pronouns are he him. This was this one I got from ConOps. And then Otsusiam Cinnabuns. But yeah, that's the whole thing, and I can't really show a far view, but that's how long my tickets are. The few that were the longest were literally from like the balcony of it was like outside of the con, like they were hanging, like they were at the balcony that was like right here. If everyone knows the convention center, you know what I'm talking about. There's a little balcony section right here. It's meant for VIPs, but they were hanging it off from the balcony to literally the floor of this little area right here where the gathering is. So that's my badge. That's my badge. And then also the photo video crew bandana. Like with all the stuff I put on and like all the gear I had, I would be sweating like crazy. But this one had been absorbing my sweats. And yeah, it was actually a lifesaver. So that was for staff, and here's like the general headbands for, I think this is for volunteers only, or anyone who's worked as a volunteer, but since I'm staff I also get my own, and since I was also PVC, I think there's also like I believe this is for staff and volunteers, but since I was PVC, I get my own special little bandana, and yeah, it's been such a lifesaver. Like, I figured I would be, like, drenched in sweat, but, drenched in sweat. Sorry, my English is not as good as I thought, even though I'm a native, but... And then the last thing of my Offkai goodie. This little holographic ticket that I got after the concert. Anyway, Soul, how's it going? How's it going? Are you having a good day? I don't know if you went to Offkai. I doubt it. But yeah, thank you for tuning into my live stream. How you doing? How's your day? Did you do anything special or productive? Anyways. As I'm trying to show off before my internet went to the crapper again. I'm sorry, I live with my parents. Not in the office, but anyways, here's the holographic ticket that I got. I missed out on literally the first half because I was so bored. I was like, I don't know what to do, and concerts are usually my thing, but I decided to say screw it, and I went. I was like in the second half of Namid's performance, and they did such an amazing job. Yo, their screams, like if you watch the Offkai live concert and you just hear them scream, it's just like wow. Like, I wish I could scream like that. And then they made the announcement that they announced that they're non-binary, and I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them. Everyone was very supportive. And then yeah, I got to hear Narissa sing, and the final special guest, Kizuna Ai. It was awesome. It was lit. I love the concert overall. It was just so much fun. I had more fun than I realized, and I'm kind of sad I missed out on some of the performances because I had like so much downtime to kill. Like, I had so much time like on day 2, I believe, and I just didn't know what to do. I eventually decided to say screw it, I'm just gonna go to the concert. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I wish I could have gotten there sooner, but you know what, I don't really regret it. It's a pretty concert. The concert was pretty, getting to hear many people sing. I totally miss Cottontail singing if she was up on that stage, but damn. But yeah, it was so much fun. And then like with Kizuna Ai. It was crazy. It was like they had a few like she had a few songs, and then there was a fake out, and then she sang like a couple more songs before the concert was officially over. So this was fun. And yeah, that's it for my Offkai goodies. Like, that's it for my Offkai goodies, really. I had so much fun. I appreciate it. Like, I would totally staff again, if they let me. But yeah, it was so much fun. Impressive PNG still. Thank you, Soul. It took me a lot of time, because now here I am. I'm actually going to talk about my Offkai experiences, or at least on Twitter. But yes, thank you for the PNG. I got a commission. Thank you, Ringyosa, for creating this art of my character. I love it so much. It was a Fiverr commission, like not necessarily for VTuber stuff. I had this rendered. I had this commission made long before I decided to become a VTuber / PNG tuber. But hopefully one of these days I will get a working PNG tuber. I already did that right now. A working VTuber once I get enough money and all that. But unfortunately, like I said, that all has to go to bills to get this office up and running. So yeah, while I clean that up, it was a really good experience. It was a really good experience, and now I want to talk about like some of the VTubers that I met. I counted 37 in total, apparently. 37 VTubers throughout a 3-day con. It's crazy. Like I said, I've been spending my off time just meeting all these VTubers, and while I'm not on shift. And so let me see if I can bring up my Twitter. Hopefully my stream doesn't crash before that. And yes, you will see my face. I have shown my face before, but I really don't mind. I've done it before, but then since I'm doing this new thing of being a PG tuber, we'll see about that. So that was a wrong thing. Damn it, work please. There we go. There's my little Twitter feed. I should probably like, how do I crop shit here? There we go. Just so you can only see the feed and nothing else. Because that's where I posted everything. I got shadow like, funny thing is, I made a Twitter account recently just because of this con. Like, I made it like the night of day one, I think. And then because I posted so much and because the old ways didn't work, I got shadow banned. And it wasn't until after the con ended where I finally got the shadow ban lifted. Or it's just like, okay, now I understand this whole process, and, yeah, so I've been very slow in, like, posting all this stuff, but it was just to make sure that I don't get shadow banned. But anyways, oh shoot, I probably screwed that up. Oops. But yeah. So there's all my tweets. I've been trying to get myself out there, but anyways, let's start from the bottom. Let's see, Mila was so nice to talk to. Yeah, even interacting with them just a little bit, whether it's on stream or at con. It was nice to meet Mila. I had a good time chatting with her. And then Orca Suki. I love Orca. Like, so a little story with Orca is that obviously I'm staff, I'm PVC, and so there was also another staff running the Aura culture, just talking to her. And then I was basically behind, just waiting in line just to talk to her. And then eventually she noticed, and then she was telling me a lot, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep you waiting. I felt so bad, and yada yada yada. And then I believe she was one of the person, like, okay, the code word is, what the hell was it? The code word is, oh, sorry if I'm blocking chat, by the way. The code word is ketchup rice or something like that. And I was looking at, and I was like, what? Wait, what? Where's this coming from? Because apparently Orca thought I was like a staff for the R culture, and just like helping out with the meet and greets and like taking over someone's shift. But then like the staff clearly like, no, he's not staff or not staff for the booth. He's just here to meet you and all that. And it was like, oh, so that misunderstanding was cleared up. But she said she felt super bad, like even when I caught her streams, like she felt bad that she had to keep me waiting. I was like, no, it's okay. Like, I'm a very patient guy, And so yeah, we had a really fun I had a fun experience talking to Orca. She was super sweet. I love her so much. And yeah, I had a great time just interacting with her. And then let's see, there's also there was also Amara VT. I had a lot of fun. I didn't mean to meet her, but then the staff, there was an empty line and the staff was like, hey, you want to talk to her? I'm like, sure. And then I talked to Amara, had a good time. She has such a lovely design. I think it's kind of like an axolotl look, or not really. I could be. Oh yeah, it's an axolotl look. But yeah, she was super pretty, and it was nice talking to her. Mara was a gremlin, the unhinged gremlin. Even just talking to her, like DMing her, and like looking at her tweets, she's very unhinged. But you know what? She's a degen. She calls herself a degen, so there's that. But it was nice talking to Mara. Even catching her streams as well. So go support Mara. She's a fun vibe for all the wrong / right reasons. But yeah, interacting with her was fun. Let's see who else. Giwi. I knew a little bit of Giwi. It was mostly from Numi's video where she had her brother basically try to guess the VTuber, and Giwi was one of them. It was like, oh hey, I know you from this video, and yeah, we had a brief chat. It was nice to talk to Giwi as well. Like literally, when I went into the con, like 90% of the VTubers I did not know. It was just like the small amount that I had watched. But yeah, Giwi was a cool person. I would have talked to her on stream, but she has like so many viewers, and there's no way like she would notice. But yeah, Giwi was nice. Spit was also nice too. It was nice meeting Spit. She has such a pretty model. Yeah, Spit was pretty cool. I even caught some of her streams. And yeah, we also had a good time. Such high quality. I don't remember if... I don't think she made the model herself. I'm pretty sure, talking to her. Yeah, go support Spit. She's a pretty fun VTuber, and she was super nice. Techie was pretty cool. Had a brief interaction when she was there day one. Talked to her for a little bit. I didn't realize streaming that she's a half angel, half demon VTuber, which is a little bit of my character. I'm part demon, part angel, and part human. Angels and humans are not the same thing, but angels can take on human form, but they're not necessarily human. So that's why I am this mix, but that'll be for another day. Lilith was nice. I got to talk to Lilith for a little bit with the little time I have. She was nice. Great to interact with. And her model was also very pretty as well. I love that. Milky was pretty cool. It was okay, so like some of the VTubers, it was like their first meet and greet, their first time meet and greet. Milky was pretty cool. My same. Yeah, Milky was pretty cool to talk to. It was her first meet and greet, and she did super well. Like, it was so nice to meet her. And like Vocaloid stuff, I love Vocaloid as well. So yeah, it was nice to meet her. It was nice to talk to her. I say she killed it, but yeah, she has my support. Go support VT Milky. Check out her channel. She recently released a cover, I believe. But yeah, definitely check her out when you get the chance. And then, yeah, me talking about Offkai concert because this is during the time that I was shadow banned. Yuchi was very shy. Yuchi was super cute. Yuchi super cute. I even caught some of her streams. She has a beautiful she is an ASM artist, but she has such a very soft, like, cutesy voice. This is actually a response to one of the streams because she tweeted out that, you know, she had a fun time at the meet and greet, but like when she went in there, she felt like no one would talk to her. I'm like, hey, come on, don't say that about yourself. You're a pretty cool VTuber. You know, I had a great time talking to Yuchi, and I also love the aesthetic of like her skirt with like, you know, the waves and all. But yeah, Yuchi was so much fun. She had a nice calming voice, and she was super cute. So if you ever see Yuchi live, definitely go watch her. She's really nice, and I love her. Oh boy, Ebiko. Ebiko is currently streaming right now with Chacha V-Mom, Rexin, and Fufu. I think are they still streaming? Yeah, they're still streaming right now. They're playing Peak. Ooh boy, Ebiko was an experience. Mayosi and his siblings and kids are a mix of many races, mostly demon and angel. That's a lot. There's a lot of that. Having this either angel heritage or demon heritage, I like having the mix of both. But there are differences. Like it's not the idea of the DMC reboot where it's like half demon, half angel, or Nephilim. There's a bit of a difference. But no one knows what the actual term for a half-breed of demon and angel is, because they go by Nephilim in the DMC reboot, but Nephilim, the actual Nephilim, is actually half human, half angel, I believe. And Cambions are actually half demon, half human, if I recall that correctly. But yeah, that's what it is. There's a lot of half angel, half demon heritage. And I'm just a mix of three. Anyways, back to Ebiko. Ebiko was such an experience. For those who don't know, Ebiko is a LewTuber. She has her blue Twitch and all that. But you know what? I don't mind. I don't mind talking to LewTubers. Like, I really don't care. But Ebiko was such a fun experience, like, personally. Just talking to her, she had this really good vibe, like, you know, this very friendly vibe. But you know, if you like, you know, the unhinged stuff, with her being a LewTuber, she has her own normal outfit, but I did ask to take a picture. Anyways, going off on a tangent of this story going everywhere. I'm just gonna recall that experience because my stream went down for a little bit. Ebiko was an experience. I said, like, I really like your model. It's super cute. And she was like, yeah, what do you like about it, buddy? Is it my tits? Is it my thighs? Which is it? Come on, tell me. I was just laughing, like, she was super unhinged. and like, you know, we did briefly talk about the whole Yakuza thing, because she had the Majima eye patch, and then she eventually put on the whole Majima outfit that she has in the picture. I was like, hey, I cosplay Kiryu. Obviously I didn't, because I didn't want to cosplay during my time in Offkai, because I feel like I would even be more overheated. And I'm wearing a Trikiwi hoodie, by the way. So, wouldn't help if I, like, put on a whole cosplay and then, like, all the extra shit that I have. You know, there was that. She also called me a Sigma male. I was like, it's not something I normally call myself, but you know what? Coming from Ebiko, I say that's a compliment. And then, you know, after we got the selfie, I was like, hey, it was nice meeting you. What was your name? Which led to this clip right here. As soon as I asked that question, she was like, get out. Get out. She freaking gave me so much shit because I didn't know her. My name is Ebiko. Oh yeah, it's right there under the fucking Ebi Ramen sign. I'm sorry, I didn't know her. My boy, I didn't fucking... Okay, like I said, when I went to Offkai, I didn't know 90% of the VTubers. I'm sorry, I did not know the one. And then when I tuned into her stream, it led to this clip, which I clipped, by the way. It said, "Thank you for the punishment, master. May I please have another?" It's a little reference. But, like, I was like, I am so fucking sorry. Like, I apologize so much to Ebi. Here. Will it show? Okay, it shows the clip. And then this is after I tuned in to my stream. Or to her.
I was... Ken Redgrave. This is the guy I was telling you guys about yesterday. Remember? I said I met Ken? And he was like... So what's your name? What VTuber are you? What is this? Who are you? That's him, chat. Everybody point.
No.
Everybody point. They didn't know your boss. Get
and
him!
Then...
Get him!
Yeah, and Ebi in her chat gave me so much shit.
Tie him up! Tie him up! Put him in the back! Put him in the back of the car! Put him in the trunk! To some of you, that's the boot! Put him in there! Now you gotta become my biggest fan.
And yeah, I got so much shit for that. Because of that experience. It's funny how that's the story that she gave. But you know, she's known for playful bullying, so I didn't mind at all. It was very funny. Ebi is not, like I said, Ebi is known for like her playful bullying. She's like the tsundere YouTuber, and you're just like, you know, I didn't want to do this, but I don't want to make you like upset or anything. But yeah, it was a very fun experience where I got roasted to shit. I'm like, thank you, master. May I please have another? I'm sorry, I did not know Ebi, but like, there's my side of the story. Fuck's sake. But you know, I love Ebi regardless. Oh yeah, and then there's my whole list of after I was free, and then it was a little iffy because, like, you know, I'm trying to understand the whole algorithm and everything. So let me find the main post that I had. Because I had like a whole post. There we go. I had like a whole thread, of all the VTubers I met. Ange, I absolutely love Ange. So, I have previously watched her content, but it was mostly the Snapcube reactions, you know, with the Sonic fan dub. You know, I came in with a quote saying, you know, I miss my wife Tails. I miss her a lot. And then we were just having a good time, and then yeah, since Sonic Racing Cross Worlds was announced, you know, Hatsune Miku is a guest of that game. And then, yeah, that led to this quote, you know, from the Sonic Riders fandom. I can't see the end of the horizon. Hatsune Miku, is that you? Sorry, I peeked. Sorry, I peeked there, but it's like, man, I love Ange. She was super, super sweet. And her birthday is coming up, too. Holy shit. But yeah, anyway, she was super, super sweet. She was so supportive. Like, I can't thank Ange enough. Like, I love her to pieces. Because, like, I was telling, like, it was around day 2 where I started talking to more VTubers and going more and more of the ideas. Like, now because of Offkai, I wanted to be a VTuber. Because I played around with the idea of being a VTuber, and then, like, something, and then life gets in the way. It was also in the middle of me, like, with school and all that. So I couldn't dedicate my time to getting all this VTuber stuff ready. And then because of Offkai and, like, just meeting all these VTubers, like, they've been such a big influence on me, to the point where I remade my Twitter account for the 3rd time because I didn't use the other ones. and then just like actually getting serious with this whole VTuber thing. And Ange is just super supportive. I wish I could meet her at like TwitchCon or like Anime Expo, whichever she's going next. I wish I could meet her again. You know, but yeah, definitely Ange was part of my inspiration of why I started doing VTubing now, and just getting, you know, trying to hopefully do what I can with building this community from scratch, and like, you know, just doing what I do, because, you know, this is still fun. Even though if I don't get an audience, it's still fun. But Ange was wonderful. Like, I absolutely loved her. Because when I told her about my plans of becoming a VTuber, I showed her this model, which is literally what you're looking at now. Hopefully when I do get a working VTuber model. And like, she was super supportive. Like, the words that she said to me, and I'll never forget it, is, "Please don't forget about me when you get big." And that still stuck with me. Because, like, you know, when I first heard it, I'm like, of course I'm not gonna forget about you. Come on, really? And then, like, after a while, it developed to the point where Ange has become my inspiration / motivation to hopefully push through, because I do want to meet her again. And then if I actually do get big, then I do want to collab with Ange. Just to prove that point that, you know, I haven't really forgotten about her, and I, you know, just pushing myself. Anyways, I'm sorry this is getting a little emotional. It might a little be uncool of me, but you know, I just can't help myself. You know, I love Ange, and I do hope that one of these days, if I do get big, that I do get the opportunity to collab with Ange again, and just let her know that I haven't forgotten about her, even to this day. So, if you want another one of my inspiration, that's one of those VTubers, Ange Life. She's an amazing content creator. She's so fun. She has a cool vibe, so definitely check her out. She's such a sweetheart. She even offered for help, I'm guessing for like advice and stuff. I was like, that is so appreciative. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna contact her now. I don't know if I could just like slide into her DMs, but like, we'll see. If I ever get the opportunity to meet Ange again, whether if it's me getting big as a VTuber or through some other means, then I'll do it. I'll let her know about my promise. Nah, Rhea man can cry. Absolutely. You know, devils never cry, but tears are a gift that humans have. So fuck this whole stigma of, you know, men can't cry, because men can, you know. We all have feelings. You know, we shouldn't be you know, raised and upheld to be fucking robotic and all that shit. But yeah, anyways. I love you, Ange. If you're watching this, I love you so much. Just know I still haven't forgotten about you to this day, and I'm keeping my word. I usually keep my word. I haven't forgotten about you at all, and just know that you've been a big inspiration to me. I don't know if you're going to hear this now or somewhere in the future, or if I do tell you, but just know that I'm still keeping my promise, and one day I hope we do get to collab. Like you said, she brought this up, not me. Just putting it out there. She brought up the idea of collabing together, not me. But yeah, hopefully I can fulfill that promise. Epico, Bunny was super supportive. I believe Bunny is also another YouTuber. I don't know. I could be wrong. I know the next person is. But anyways, Bunny was super nice, super sweet. She had, like, her model was super cute. I loved it. But yeah, I did get to chat with her, and, you know, she was very supportive. I even got to tune into her streams, and, like, she also followed me on Twitch, you know, because I've been telling her about this idea as well. I've been telling all VTubers this, about this idea of, like, you know, wanting to be a VTuber because of Offkai. And she was also very supportive as well. She followed me on Twitch. Some of her fans followed me on Twitch. And, like, just, you know, just getting to she's been very supportive of my dream as well, so I thank Bunny for that. And yeah, wish I could catch her, but she's like in fucking Australia time, so my daytime is literally her nighttime, and my nighttime slash morning, which is like 1 in the morning or whatever the fuck, is her daytime. And that's usually when she fucking streams, so it's hard for me to catch, but if I ever do get up, and then I do tune into Bunny streams every now and then. But yeah, follow Bunny if you can. If you're fine with the LootTuber stuff. If you're not, that's understandable. I just don't really mind LootTubers at all whatsoever. I also led to Fifi. I don't remember. Okay, so here's the interesting story. I don't remember if it was Fifi or this next VTuber here, Sierra. I think it might be Sierra. It could be Fifi. It was either one of these two. It also could have been like, I don't know. There might be one other VTuber there. But anyways, Fifi was fun. Fifi was pretty nice, pretty chill. It was nice to meet her. Her tweets are unhinged, but I don't really give a damn. But yeah, I also told her about my idea. Her model was amazing too. Sierra as well. She was super sweet. I am sad that Sierra. I'll get to Sierra in a bit actually. But yeah, Fifi was fun. Got to talk to her about my dreams and all of that. She was also supportive. She was very welcoming. When I told her about it, she was like, sorry, I'm burping here. When I talked to her about my idea, she basically said that, you know, we'll welcome you with open arms, or something to that extent. And I am also very grateful to Fifi. So thank you, Fifi, if you're watching this. Thank you for being also so influential and being so welcoming to a newbie like me. Sierra, I absolutely love Sierra. It's sad because it's like I haven't even known her for like a week and she's already graduating as Sierra, and that's just super sad. Like, damn, she was starting to grow on me too. She was like super cute. I had such a fun meet and greet, you know, and we had this like really good time, and now she's graduating, and it's like, damn. Well, hopefully whenever she does come back, whatever VTuber she decides to go as, like, she'll always have my full support. So yeah, and Sienna knows this too. But yeah, I did make a post about it. Whatever CC decides to go as in the future, if she does decide to come back, she'll be welcome. She'll be here, you know, being welcomed with open arms. And that she has my full support, and I love her. CC, if you're watching this, I love you. Nat was also pretty fun too. I'm trying to remember, she was also one of the VTubers that had this interesting experience. I don't think it was her. It was either Fifi or Sierra. It might have been Sierra, where one of the meet and greets, one of the VTubers, it might have been Sierra, where it was like, you sound familiar. I was like, really? That's a first, because usually, you know, because I look like that, I have really long hair. I still have my long hair. It was like, really? You know, I had, most of the time it's like, you know, I had people say that I look familiar. Even the English voice actor of Arlecchino thought that I was someone that she knew. But anyways, but it was the first time that I heard, you know, I sound familiar. And then she was like, you sound like someone I know. Like, we might have been on the call or something. And I was like, nope, this is definitely the first time that we're meeting. Sorry if I'm peeking. Let me turn down my gain. Yeah, this is the first time that we're meeting. And she was like, what? We had a good laugh about it. I'm pretty sure it was Sierra. But yeah, that was a very funny experience. And then, yeah, Nat was also pretty fun. So, and Nat knows about this situation as well. So, just making sure with my streams. That was a pretty fun VTuber to talk to. So, the thing was that, with this particular time, it was Nat, and next to her was Chibidoki. That's amazing. It really was. It really was a fun experience. So, there was Nat, and there was also Chibidoki. next to her. Chibi Doki had a long ass line, and the staff was like, "Your line cap." To me, I was literally the line cap, and yet still there were still people in the back that were lining up for Chibi Doki, even though I was the line cap. But eventually, once they knew about the line cap, most of them dispersed. There was one person behind me. A female cosplayer or someone of female descent. I don't want to be an insensitive asshole. There was that person behind me, even though I was capped, and then there was Nat, who was talking to one of the staff at our culture, who literally had no line. And part of me, like, felt bad about it. And like I said, Nat knows, but you know what? It's fine. It was my choice to begin with. I was like, you know what? Screw this. Chibi is goddess. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure she is, and I'm sure if I still kept at it, I'm sure she would be wonderful to talk to. But I just said, screw it. I turned to the person behind me and I said, "Your line cap," and I went straight to Nat. And I was like, you know what? Screw this. Your line cap. It's better if you have fun talking to Chibi than I do. I told her that after the meet and greet was over, and I just went straight to Nat, and then decided to just talk to Nat. She was awesome. She was awesome. She was very fun to talk to, and then yeah, I told her about it on Instagram. that I basically sacrificed my land cap just to talk to her, and you know what? It's fine. It was my choice. It was not necessarily her fault. It was my choice, and you know what? I don't regret my choice. You know, there will be another time where I do get to meet Chibi Doki. But you know what? That day will not be one of them. Better at the expense of someone else's happiness than mine. Nene was super cute. I love her, and yeah, I don't think I briefly caught her stream. But yeah, I had such a fun meet and greet with her. I appreciate the conversation and experience that I had. And yeah, Nene was super cute, super adorable, and I love her. Sulia was awesome. I absolutely love Sulia. It's understandable. Yeah, you know what? You know, sometimes sacrifices have to be made, and I'd rather not be the selfish person. But Sulia was pretty awesome to talk to. Yeah, I love Sulia. She told me that she made the model herself and she rigged everything. I'm like, wow, that is amazing. Cause like, look at this. Like, I know it's cropped, but like, damn. Like, it was so detailed. It's so high quality, and she put in so much work for her model. I said, you know what? It definitely paid off. So yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, appreciate you, Suya, for the meet and greet. I had so much fun, and yeah, you were such an amazing person to talk to. Sorry. So sorry for the greater good. Yes, for the greater good, I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you could ever have. Anyways, sorry. She had a really long line, so. Because she had a long line, the meet and greet had to be brief. Like, we literally had like 1 minute to talk to her. And so I decided to stand out and try to be different by doing a snake impression, because the backstory is that she, like, I'm pretty sure she was. I've known her through Fillion, through Rexon. Because she likes Metal Gear, and her story is that, you know, she was a test tube baby that eventually decided to be horny, and so that's why that's how she is right now. And I know she likes Metal Gear Solid. I know that. So I went in with my snake impression. As soon as I put on the headset, I was like, let me see if I could do the impression correctly, because it was also impromptu as well. So, the impression was not that great. I was like, "This is Snake. Sorry, can you hear me?" And then I tried to finish the meet and greet by doing the meme. It's like, "I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick. and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards. What? Yeah, that's my Snake impression, and that's why I did the pose pointing to the headband, which is a reference to Metal Gear Solid 2. You know, don't worry, infinite ammo. Yeah, that was my Snake impression. I don't know how it sounds, but it's probably not the greatest. But yeah, it was a nice brief interaction to talk with Sakurai. I had a good time. And yeah, I did end on that meme. You really don't know about that? Was the what to that meme that I just quoted? You know, the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards, because that was actually David Hayter's cameo. It was a thing, and that got out. Quinn was a pretty cool person to talk to, actually. Like, it was the first day when I was helping my friend because she was looking for like certain products, and I saw Dolores Unu. But yeah, I was in the vendors. I was helping my friend because she was looking for like a certain product because, you know, she's getting gifts for like her friends. I saw Quinn like passing by. I saw him. We locked eyes. I was like, I know you. I watched your content. And then he was like, oh, is it the one where I sound my nuts? I think I might have seen that one in passing, but I might have to rewatch it. I was like, no. It was the video of, no, the Lore's Unusual. Oh, for, Sakurai's lore. Well, yeah, that's her actual lore. She was a test tube baby, as this, like, military girl, similar to, like, Solid Snake. And then she became horny, with all the porn and stuff and whatnot. But anyways. But yeah, I was like, but yeah, Quinn was like, is it the one where I sound my own nuts? I was like, no. It was the AI one where like your AI is like an asshole. I was like, oh yeah, and then yeah. And then I saw him like hanging out and interacting with fans on like day 3, and then I got to see him again, and then, you know, blah blah blah. We had a good interaction. Like he was like super he was unhinged. But he was like pretty chill, you know. He had a really cool vibe, like talking to him. But yeah, I was talking to him, like, also, you know, he was also someone that I brought up with my dreams, and, you know, I also asked him for advice, like many other VTubers, like I do. And yeah, it was the pretty interesting one. It was like, I think it was like getting myself out there, but not using Twitter. Like, Twitter is a good, like, place for, like, when you're starting out, but later on the line, it's like Twitter is not really a good place. And I did talk to him about the fact that I actually got shadow banned during the con. But anyways, he was a pretty cool guy. I had fun interacting with him. And yeah. Let's see. Corey I met briefly when I was basically lined up for Buff Pup. Yeah, we had a brief interaction. You could actually see me on her stream where she's like exploring around Offkai, and then yeah. We had a brief interaction. It was nice. I had fun talking to her. It was just a very brief moment because I was like up next to talk to Buff Pup. Lillian was pretty cool. She was like super cute. I loved her model. Yeah, had that interaction. I think I might ask her for advice. I don't remember, but yeah, a lot of people's advices was very helpful, and I'll get to that in a bit. Buff Puff was really cool. I was a little bit awkward. She was one of the ones I didn't tell my experience of. I met her VTuber friend / comrade, Eye Candy. And hers was pretty interesting too. I'll get to that at some point. Yua Luna was so pretty, and she was pretty fun to talk to as well. Yeah, I loved her. We had a good time. And yeah. I'm sorry if this is like brief because they're pretty much like the same conversations, and it's gotten to the point where I don't remember exactly or specifically what we did talk about. Rose Doodle was such a vibe. Like she had this like really strong like personality, and it's like, you know what, I like your personality. I wish I could have more of that. You know, she's one of those fun people to talk with. But yeah, she was also excited. Just as excited as I was when I was when I was telling her my plans, and yeah, she was also very supportive. Taiga was pretty cool too. I didn't tell her my name when we first met, but she had just arrived at the con and was just barely looking around, and I did briefly interact with her. So Taiga was pretty cool, but yeah. Yeah, any VTubers that you see that I'm mentioning, please do support them if you can. They deserve all the love and support you can get. Kira Lily was pretty cute. It was nice to meet her. She had like a really nice voice. And yeah, she is energetic. Rose, yeah, hell yeah, she's very energetic, and I love that. I want more of that. Give me some of your energy, Rose. Yeah, Kira Lily, she was nice. She was super sweet. She had a lovely, cute voice, and I had a good time talking with her. Freya. Okay, this was interesting because I couldn't see her name because like it was like behind her. Freya was a fun experience as well. It was a similar conversation, but I absolutely loved talking with Freya. She was nice. She was super nice. It was very interesting because like Freya had a long line. It was her and I don't remember who was next to her. It was it was Freya and Mirane Mochi. Okay. It was interesting because Freya was the first one that I lined up to, I believe. She had the longer line than Mirane. And like while I was waiting in line, there was like one of the attendees that was behind us, who just randomly exclaimed like, "Damn, she has big titties!" And we all looked over at this dude. He was next to a girl, I believe. I don't know if that's just like his friend or like a girlfriend. But it was like, we were like, "Damn, that was a random thing to exclaim." But you know, we looked at it and it was like, well, you know, you're not wrong. Vegeta, give me your energy! But yeah, that was a very random experience where we were waiting in line and this dude was like, "Damn, she got big titties!" And we were like, you know, you're not wrong. And yeah, that was a funny thing. I don't think Freya knows this. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's something you bring up with her at during that meet and greet. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if I ever will see Freya, but if I ever do, if I do collab with her, I might tell her that story. But yeah, that was just a very funny experience from not even us. It was just someone who just randomly saw her, who most likely knew nothing about VTubers as well. Momo Plush was an absolute sweetheart. She was super fun to talk to, and we did talk about briefly about like, you know, what they do and all that. And coincidentally, I was also covering her panel. Her panel was called VTubers but Make It Black, where there was like very little representatives of black VTubers, and it's crazy. Crazy that we have this like weird stigma, like even towards like black people. It's like, oh, so much for inclusivity. I had several moments like that, really. I'm pretty sure you got so many people who's just like, you know, they speak first and don't think about it. Like they don't think about it. But yeah, Momo was pretty sweet. It was like the panel was like super late. It was like 10 p.m. I believe on day one, but I was covering it. I was taking pictures for it, you know, as staff. But yeah, she was pretty fun to talk to. I had so much fun. It was nice to talk to her, and yeah, maybe I need to send her the pictures of the panel. I'm not sure if I'm able to, because, you know, the con staff is like a little strict about like what we could post and not post and whatnot. And like if I'm able to get the pictures to her, we'll see. But yeah, Mo was a lot of fun. It was nice. Hopefully we can keep in touch. Yuzuri was super cute. I absolutely love her bunny model. She was super nice. Yeah, and you know, the typical conversations we had. But yeah, she was super sweet. I love her. And then there's Yum. Yum was super beautiful. Super beautiful. I loved her. She has such a great personality. Literally like all the VTubers I met were like super nice and supportive. Emiko is a different experience, but you know what? She's just a tsundere who loves to bully. That's a different story. I don't mind that. Yeah, Yum was pretty nice. Patika was pretty cool as well. She's having a new model coming out, I believe. But yeah, Patika was super nice. Like she's adorable. I love that her shoes are like sardine tin cans. I thought that was pretty cute. And yeah, it was nice talking to all these VTubers. Hydrated, I believe Hydrated is also streaming. Oh no. She was streaming her experience at Offkai, but I guess she went offline while I'm still alive. Yeah, Hydrated was super cool. She was very supportive and very helpful as well. I also see the Epico standing in the back. You know what sucks is that, speaking of the standees, like, after Offkai ended, there was another tweet from our culture. It was like, hey, if you're down in SoCal, we're giving away standees for free. I'm like, fuck! Because like during Offkai they were auctioning it off, and then now I'm getting a freaking tweet where it's just like, hey, we're giving away standees, and it's like, damn it! It's like, can you please ship them? Like, do I really want to go through a 10-hour drive round trip? Fuck. Cause it would be nice to get one of the standees. Anyways, I digress. Hydrated was super nice. She was very super supportive. And yeah, just talking about my ideas, and like she even offered help as well, and I can't thank her enough for it. Like literally all these YouTubers I can't thank enough. Mirror Day was super nice. It was nice talking to her. It was very brief. Evan, I randomly saw him like I randomly saw him during the con. I was like, hey, I know you. I see you online, and then I remembered it was because of, you know, CDawg VA that I've known known Evan online. And then freaking one of his friends one-guyed me. Freaking, he was like, yeah, he's a VTuber. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, you're a VTuber. Like, he was like, no. So I got one-guyed by his fucking friend into him saying that he was a VTuber when he's not. Like, he's still not, I'm pretty sure. And then, yeah, there was a few more VTubers that I didn't really list out. But, mostly because I couldn't find their handles. But I had a great experience overall. Ashley was there at the fucking con, and I did not know she was going, because again, I had deleted my Twitter account for the second time, like before Offkai, way before Offkai Expo. And then I tuned her to her streams, and then it was like, I didn't know you were going. And then we completely missed each other anyways, cause like I was running around con taking pictures, and then I would go back to our culture and, you know, the vendors hall in general just for the meet and greets. Actually, it was just like somewhere else. So definitely Offkai, I am going to meet Ashley. If there's a sooner one, that would be great. But yeah, Ashley has been extremely supportive. Like, I've known Ashley for a good while. We don't really talk much until like recently, since I've been inactive on Twitter. But yeah, Ashley was like super nice, super supportive, and I can't thank her enough. I actually, yeah, I've known Ashley because like I bought one of her stickers. She sold Mob Tucker stickers, but just only a few characters. It was Cupid the Creeper, Ender the Enderman, and Cindy / Vanessa the Cave Spider. She had those stickers. I bought those, and then that's when we started talking a little bit more. And then, yeah, I was able to catch her streams. I was super sad that I missed her. It's just like, I know you, and I'm sad that I didn't get to see you throughout all of con. Damn it! But yeah, that was the experience that I had. And you know what? I had a great time overall. It was very busy. I was super tired. Like, literally at the end of the day, I was walking around the last day with a cane, and I was just super damn tired. Oh, guess who's streaming right now? Anyways, but yeah, that would be someone. But yeah, that was my Offkai experience. I had a lot of fun. I would definitely staff there again. Even though it's gonna be a lot of hard work getting through the pictures. I still gotta do those pictures now. After I get off the stream. But yeah, Offkai experience was a lot of fun for my first time. I had a glimpse of what Offkai was before, because the con that they were at this year was actually their first time at that specific convention center. Before that, it was like it was like a hotel, from what I understand. It was like much smaller. I was talking to like the staff at Agriculture about the previous years, and yeah, it was small, it was hectic, and then now it was just as hectic, but they were also facing their own problems, because the Vita Ramen that was right next to them, like they had like their booth, they had like a longer booth, and part of it was not supposed to be there, and so it made lines like a little difficult from what I can understand. But yeah, anyways, that was basically my Offkai experience and all my goodies that I had. I had a good time. If I'm able to, I would love to staff there again, you know, just to do all the same stuff, really. Like, one of the VTubers was asking me, I might have been Yua Luna asked me this question. One of the VTubers was asking me this question, was like, would your experience be any different if I wasn't staff? Or would my experience be any different if I wasn't staff? Where, you know, I was just a regular attendee, I paid like $130 for like a weekend badge. I don't know if that was the price, it might be the price. But would my experience be any different if I was just a regular attendee? Yeah, it would be. I mean, I'd probably do shoots with friends. There was not a lot of cosplayers. So it was mainly VTuber cosplayers, but there was not that many compared to like Fanime, for example. But yeah, my experience would be different. I mean, I would take more shoots with my friends. Maybe I'd do shoots with the other cosplayers that were around, but me meeting the VTubers wouldn't be any different. I'd still go to the VTubers to just to chat and all, really. Like, I wouldn't be running around like crazy. I would just, like, be in the one hall literally all fucking day. Just talking to VTubers and just wandering around. That would be it. Not much would change. And yeah, really, not much, like, speaking of Offkai, like, not much has changed. Like, a lot of VTubers were talking about, like, people are so stanky, and it's like, hearing how they have this like notorious, how Offkai is notorious for like having stanky people, it's just like, come on people, really? Just take a fucking shower. Like, you're in a hotel or Airbnb, or like you're in your own house or something. Just please have the common decency to shower. Get some fucking deodorant. Like, there was one booth that had like Mint Fontaine or whatever the VTuber is. Like that, this one particular booth had like mint deodorant, and she sold out. From what I can understand. And it's just like, come on, people, help us out here. Like, we're here for a fun time. We didn't come here for the stink. Yeah, so that's everything, really. It was a 2-hour stream. I figured this would be the case. It's always nice being pleasant. Yes, it is. Like, being nice and pleasant is always free. Shutting the fuck up is also free. Let's see who gets that one. But yeah, that was my Offkai. I absolutely loved it, and it really has influenced me for the most part. And that's why I'm here as a PNG tuber. And yeah, I hope my journey will be something. I'm still in the preparations of some things, but sooner or later I will put out a schedule and just try to be consistent. That's the thing. It was like many of the VTubers that I asked for advice, for like newcomers, like what advice they would give for like newcomers. It's just many things like being consistent. Just be yourself. Like, we don't need fake personalities. We don't want someone who wants to be the next XQC or the next Asmongold or the next Cinder. Oops. We don't need that. It's just business mentality. I swear, Abiko keeps doubling down on that shit. But yeah, it's just being yourself, having a good time, and do something that makes you stand out. Like, I know I have like all these video games, and you know, definitely a lot of talking, or you know, just like trying to be like I wouldn't really say entertaining, but like just doing something that would make me stand out. I believe that's one thing that eye candy. That was her advice. Because I understand like the VTuber population is oversaturated, especially since after lockdown with, you know, Keys in the Eye and HoloLive. like, I understand that, but I don't want that to detract that from my fun. And I think one of the VTubers that told me this, it might have been Yoan Luna, or it might have been someone else. One of the other VTubers, I talked to one of the VTubers at the meet and greet, where bringing up this whole VTuber population being saturated, and she was like, you know what? Screw what people say about the VTuber population being saturated. Just do something that you enjoy. Do whatever brings you happiness and brings you a lot of fun. I'm having my own made-up stories of some of the mobs that make me smile. Really? That is awesome. Share me some of those stories. But yeah, I'm still in the middle of my mob talker stuff. But aside from that, yeah, that's pretty much the general advice that I usually get from VTubers. Just being yourself, being consistent with what you do, and having a good time. There were some, but yeah, like I said, with eye candy, of just like doing something that makes you stand out. Like, I'm pretty sure, and then there was also like, you know, there's gonna be the popular stuff like Date Everything and like one of the upcoming games, Silver Palace. She told me that, you know, it's a lot harder to get traction when, you know, I'm streaming of the day of the release, and she basically said, like, stream it 2 weeks later, because that would be better. Something along the lines of that. That was one of the advice that she gave me. And then, yeah, and then there's Quinn giving me the advice of, like, you know, get yourself out there, but don't do it through Twitter, from what I can understand. Because, like, Twitter has, like, this bullshit algorithm. I know that I've done a lot of my research, where it's just, like, you know, Twitter, where I even read through this too, where Twitter claims that they don't shadow ban, and yet I have been shadow banned. You fucking liars. But yeah, hopefully I could keep pushing myself out there. It has been a lot of work, but you know what? I don't want that to bring me down. I don't want to bring me down from doing what I really enjoy. Like, I do want to get back into streaming now that I have some free time, and it's just, I don't want things to get in the way of that. So yeah, hopefully I'll try to be consistent as possible. If life doesn't get in the way, I'll try to have I want to have a schedule, at least a few days worth. You know, I don't want to stream like once a week or something. Once every few days would be ideal, at least. And who knows, like, I wouldn't really say that streaming would be a full-time thing. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see where my journey stands. And yeah. But yeah, hopefully I could get some... Hopefully you all can support me along my journey, and hopefully I'll continue to make friends, and hopefully that promise I made to Ange will eventually come true. But for now, I'm just going to stick with whatever goals that I have that's realistic, and one of them is getting to being a Twitch affiliate. But yeah, making more friends and having a good time is just what's important. And I hope you guys are having a good time too with my first stream. I know internet was just terrible for some reason, and I kept like going in and out of stream. I'm sorry. Hopefully that won't happen again. If I do, I apologize. There's not much I could do about it. But yeah, hopefully everyone who's watching this, whether it's a VOD or if you're just tuning in to me live now, I hope you all have a good time, and I hope you all have been having one hell of a party. It's a very sentimental party, but it's been a fun party nonetheless. Anyways, now you know me. My name is Ken Redgrave, your stylish devil hunter VTuber for hire. And yeah, that was my experience at Offkai. I wish I could do more, but you know, life gets in the way, and maybe there's some gigs out there that I have to attend to. So thank you all for tuning in, and I believe my friend Mara is streaming right now. She is streaming Clean Up This Crime Scene. So again, thank you for whoever tuned in. I had the same problems. Well, I'm sorry. Sorry to go through that. I wish I could have better internet. Like, I'm getting ads about like Sonic or whatever, but it is what it is. Anyways, Mara is streaming right now. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay up to date on my Twitter. Later.